So, I think now we're at the stage where I can just start using this, honestly. So, just Divine Fortification. Let me just double check if Golden Vow is a body buff as well. I don't know how that stuff works in terms of... Yeah, okay. It's an aura buff. Alright, let's keep going. There's a few more optimizations I think that are available, but for now I'm happy to just keep rolling. Yeah, so normally that would have been death for me, normally. Oh, he's using it too much, man. Yeah, if he spams that move too hard, look at that. Okay. Genuinely unlucky at the moment. He's stringing together some really shitty moves. Try our best to get a double one. That one just never quite lets me go. This one I should get close so I can land this afterwards, potentially. So that's the same one from the first form. I can tank that. Can't tank that. Yeah, there's no window to heal there. Oof. Got very lucky. Yeah, no damage registers for that one. Yeah, so some of these he kind of just phases in and out, so I don't get damage for it. Okay. Definitely getting closer. How much? I have one Cerulean tier left. I'm wondering if I should drop one and give myself one more flask. Basically, I'm having to obviously rely on tanking a lot of the hits in the second form because it's just too much punishment. But... Whoops, other way. But I am spotting a few more of the patterns. Like some of it is definitely similar to the first phase. So I'm spotting that like 1-2 like quicker hit combo and stuff. Not good enough. I haven't negotiated properly. Again, just taking too much damage, just not doing well enough. But he strings immediately into this usually. Quick. Not enough time to heal here. Not enough time to heal. Basically, again, it's all like RNG, unpredictability. The last few times, after I spam the Taker's Flame, he basically starts to rise up and do his big move. And during that rise up, you have 2 or 3 seconds where I'm like, okay, that's where I'll do my fortification, so I won't waste any time trying to fortify before the phase transition. But this time, he obviously just did all of his other attacks and didn't bother doing that one. So it's like, whichever way you try to do it, it's annoying. No, same again. Same. Like that entire sequence is just horrific. I think at this stage my entire second form can depends on how many times he spams that move. Because he's got the normal physical attack, he's got the magical effect, and he's got the holy effect, and all of them happen at the same time. And I just can't mitigate all of them. Nope. Everything's just an AoE explosion. Why didn't they? I pressed heal, man. I swear on my life I pressed heal. I was just rotating through. I wanted to do one heal and then do a fucking golden. Why is this so hard? Why? It shouldn't be as hard. It's literally just do a golden vow, heal, use a flask of tears, and divine fortification. If I can do those things, I have a chance. Nah, you can get him if you get it early enough. And if you stay close enough. It's just funny how close I got given how horrible that attempt was. Like when I say close, I just mean like I've had attempts where I had way more resources going into Form 2 and died way quicker. Oh no! How did... He avoids damage when he does that. That's so not fair. Why don't you do your big flipping move? Oh my... Look how low his HP is. Why has he not done the fucking move? I've literally been waiting for that the entire time. I'm like, that's my chance to reapply like a buff or two before I get smacked. And he didn't use it. Are you kidding me? Yeah, the more of these whizzing attacks he does, the less chance I have of doing anything. Oh, come on, look how far away I was again. That AoE, man. I think basically what that AoE does is it tightens up even further the like the margin for error. Now, one thing I want to do, I need to check these symbols. It's pissing me off now. I can't see them. Of course I can't see them. Just let me fucking see the symbols. Can I see it now from here? No. Of course I can't. Ah, now I can. So those two come on. What about when I use this? There's no visible change. And then when I use this. Wait, can you do that? Is that... What? I can carry this through if I just rest? What? That's a bit cheeky. I was not aware of that. Nice. Yeah, making all the mistakes here. All of them. Okay, so you can never damage beyond. I saw that. That's not fair. Quick. Wow. How quickly did he go back on the attack? What a bitch. He went back on the attack like instantly. Fuck him. Fuck him for that. Fuck him for that in particular. Oh my god. That's so mean. Okay. Shit. You know why that happened. You know why that happened. Pure greed. Pure greed. I was just scared that he was going to do something that I just couldn't dodge, and those attacks were dodgeable. I should have won that. That should have been it. But yeah, that's what I should have done. Can't believe that. That was the attempt. That was it right there. Unbelievable. I was just so worried he was going to do one of those unstoppable attacks that I was going to get absolutely plastered. Wait. So how did I not... I swear last time I rested, like, is there like a weird trick to that somehow? Yeah, this is what should have happened. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what I did to get that effect. Yeah. Let's get these attempts out of the way. Oh, so much damage. So much damage. And my vision's constantly obscured as well. Did it work? I don't even know if it worked. Yeah. This is what I mean, like, that's why that one attempt where I got like 25% more of his HP gone when I had nothing in the second form. That's why I was so impressed by that. Oh man. I could definitely use that as a thumbnail. Now, honestly, like the frustration hasn't really kicked in this fight. I've been enjoying it, especially since I have been making progress. If I hadn't made any progress up until this point, I'd be a lot more down. But I literally know that I should have won at this point, so that definitely helps. Yeah, so this is another clunky, lazy attempt here. Yeah, you deserve that. Just need to pull myself together one more time. Just like zone in one last time, stay the course, and get the job done. It's time to lock in. No, the timing is the same moveset, but I think the initial timing is different of that. Like, you're seeing in the first form, that kind of 1-2 where he's spinning around. That one's an easy dodge, but I feel like the start time of that is different. And as always, when you mess up the first one, you mess up the second, so you die. Just sometimes, because I don't know the second form well enough, it just always seems a bit chaotic and random in the second form. I'm just fighting for my life. But to be fair, that's how it was against Melania as well. Even when I did win in the end, it was like... The first form, I felt like I knew what I was doing, but the second form, it was a lot more... Like, it had to go my way. I pressed it, I pressed it. One, two... Quick golden vow here. Oh, that attack is so damaging. It's so damaging. I think with that one I have to really just be careful in terms of... I always gamble. Sometimes he does the 1-2 and stops. Sometimes he does the 1-2 and does something else. And that time, after the 1-2, we had such a powerful combo that I just couldn't hang. Huh? I've been dodging those all year. All year long I've been dodging those. All year long. No. It's like, once the first part of that hits you, or maybe there's like an initial roll that you have to do to not get hit by the first wave of it, but then it just turns into almost like a stun lock and you're just like... It's almost like you get electrocuted, you just can't move. There's no way you can go. That's why I do reckon if you just got a big, massive shield and like a hyper, you got all the setup for it, you could just sit there for that and punish that move, then I think you're in business. Like, my second form success is definitely RNG related at the moment. There's no doubt. Like, if and when I do win, it'll be because I had good RNG. That's just how it is. See, again, that's the move that I got killed by last time. I dodge that move every time. Almost every time. That one I don't. That one I don't have a choice. So those are the stuff that would have killed me in the first hour of my attempts. And that's the stuff that's going to kill me now. For fuck's sake. I haven't even been able to use this yet. Literally couldn't use it. Yeah, I'm being stupid now. Not quite enough. Yeah, I've not got enough for the second form now. I literally gave up like an extra 3 crimson tears for no reason at all. Just gave up too many. But I did take very little damage. Immediately got grabbed. That's one roll where if I just rolled a tiny bit later, would have been really nice, but no. Gonna chance it here. No, he was ready for me. Yeah, I have no idea which way to dodge, like what to do. Not that time. Stand up. 1, 2, wait. Yep. If I can withstand long enough. Quick. Yes! Let's go! Woo! Yeah! Oh! Oh! I did it! Oh! Holy shit. Wow. I was so close to screwing up there. It was almost the same way that I died to the final one. I knew that I shouldn't do another Taker's Flame, because I just didn't have the FP for it, and I didn't want to cycle round and try to get my final Cerulean to get the FP back. So I was like, I have to do it with just normal hits. And that final combo that he did, where I just rolled a slight bit too early and I got hit by the full force of it, that was so close. What a relief. What a feeling. Man, I'm glad that I managed to beat him without the summons and stuff. Yes, call it what you will, I don't care. But for me at least, my own personal satisfaction, which is pretty much the only thing that matters in this stuff, this was pretty much exactly how I wanted to defeat it. In the future, this is the kind of game where if you want to come back like I did for Melania, I can always come back and try and beat him with different circumstances, but I think given everything, you know, the NG plus situation, my overall skill level, and how hard the boss fight is, I think using some Blast Me Flame to win the day and some buffs and stuff, I don't think is the worst thing in the world. Like I say, with Melania, I couldn't even do it with that. It just wasn't good enough. And so I think I've fundamentally improved at least a little bit since those days, and now I'm now able to defeat someone like this. So it took about probably somewhere between 3 and 4 hours of attempts, I would say. But that's pretty much exactly where I wanted it to be. And so I'm extremely glad that I managed to make it through. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Definitely a thrilling fight. I will always say with Melania, the one thing I do regret was not trying a little harder to do it without summoning the Mimic tier. Because it felt really good to beat her, but it wasn't like a big thrill. It wasn't like a, you know, you heard my reaction when I beat this guy. I definitely didn't feel that strongly when I beat Melania. And the second time round, when I did beat her the way I kind of wanted to, it was definitely felt better than the first time, but that first experience is always special. And so I'm very glad that I beat the final boss of basically Elden Ring at this stage, because this is the final expansion. I don't think we're getting any new bosses, and so, yeah, just very glad to have made it through. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I didn't want to get rid of the remembrance text just in case like it triggered a scene or something like that, so I ran around with it. But touch memory. So first of all, let's get this. I think dodging the there was another grab in the second floor that I really had to dodge. Obviously, that was big. And so now, let's see what happens and wrap up this DLC.
We honor our part of the vow. Promise me you'll be my consort. I'll make the world a gentler place.
Yep, and that's probably all you get. Circlet of light. Okay. So yeah, it was definitely, lore-wise, towards the end, it was definitely quite interesting. I mean, I looked up literally what consort meant, just to be sure. And consort generally means spouse, and these guys are brothers, Miquella and Radahn. And we also have a lot of evidence, I guess, through the DLC of the whole Miquella, Centrina, the charms, the manipulation, what happened to Mohg. Ultimately, it seems like Mohg was more innocent than we thought. And a lot of it was about Miquella kind of using his charms and his power and abilities to basically kind of manipulate and get others to do what he wants. So he wants to make the world a gentler place, supposedly, but is it at the expense of basically putting everyone under his spell? That's kind of what it seems like to me. Definitely, I mean, the intentions don't seem kind of super pure to me, or maybe the intentions are pure, but the methods are busted. I don't really know. I'm going to need, obviously, my guy Vati to clear things up for what exactly happened in terms of this lore. But it does seem to me like what we thought about Mohg after his story, him wanting to be the consort and stuff, like that was incredibly creepy anyway, but I guess there was a lot more to it than we thought, and we got some more information as a result of the DLC. So there we go. Likely blood loss. Yeah, blood loss did work against him, but maybe like for the second form especially, twin blading might have been nice, but whatever, man. Like there's always more than one way to win these boss fights, I'm sure. You can beat him with like claws, you can beat him with the double colossals, which I tried for a little while. You can beat him with shield and shield and poke, shield and punish. Yeah, infinite ways to get around that stuff. Now, let's see if I can actually see these guys after I've won the fight. And we need to have a look at the remembrance. It might give us a final clue about what went down here. Oh, didn't see this. Oh, they're here. They died. Okay. There you go. That's a shame. But I won the fight. I didn't summon them. They should live. Wise man's mask. So we'll do a little bit of remembrance reading, and then we will wrap up this DLC. And at last, the entire enormous Elden Ring playlist on the channel. So, here is a Blade of Ansbach. Cleaves through enemies with blood flame. Blade summoned from side of the hand. Okay. Pure Blood Knight Ansbach, a viciously keen and slender scythe made for combat. Usually the helmets give the most information. giving the appearance of a quiet, wise, bearded old man, but an old fear lurks beneath, together with the cold, unflinching discipline that once honed his blade, now employed to enhance blood oath and dynastic skills. Okay. The silver hair is arranged in the same style as St. Trina's increasing arcane. Just once, Tholier was granted the sweet repose of velvety sleep. The remainder of his days would be spent attempting to recapture it. The circlet of light which adorned Miquella's head as he returned in divine aspect. It has begun to fade into nothingness. Slightly boost intelligence, faith, and arcane while also boosting the power of Miquella's light. This circle was to be the very foundation upon which Miquella's age of compassion would be built, should it have ever come to pass. Yeah, so in that sense it makes it sound like it's a good thing. Obviously an age of compassion is nice, but obviously after seeing what happened to Moog and the whole like wanting Radahn to be his consort business, also why not have Miquella be the Melania be the consort? Weren't they the ones that were closer together? Like, I don't get why Melania was left out of this whole scenario. But anyway, let's have a look at this. Remembrance of Radahn, consort of Miquella, hewn into the Erdtree, the power of its namesake, blah blah blah. In their childhood, Miquella saw in Radahn a lord, his strength and his kindness that stood in stark contrast with their afflicted selves, and so Miquella made his heartfelt wish that Radahn would one day be his king consort. So yeah, I think there's got to be some kind of interpretation to there. Like, as I say, it does say the Google definition list does also say companion. I don't know if we have to, if it has to be like this weird version of events where he actually like has a, you know, more than just companionship love for him, and is very like weird and incestuous. I don't really know. I can't say definitively, but it's definitely interesting. I also don't know. Like, it would have been nice if it gave you a different ending. Like if we could have an Age of Compassion, like as in where we're the Elden Lord instead of Miquella, but I don't think that's going to be a thing. All right, let's rest up here, and I think we are done. It's kind of funny that the Horn Scent just randomly is still there. It's just like everything's finished and it's just still kind of sitting there. But okay. Let's go here. Have a look at that remembrance. It seems like nothing in the main game is going to change, which is a shame. I really had hoped there'd be some kind of connection, or like some kind of acknowledgement of what happened in the Shadow Realm in the main game. But I don't think it's going to be a thing. Maybe I should speak to Gideon still, just to have a quick look.
Don't worry, Mahasi.
Right. We can pick up both of them. Okay. Great swords of black steel wielded by Radahn in his youth. These were in his possession immediately before his triumph over the stars. The swords of a lord who does not rely on physical strength and gravity alone. Unique skill, Promise Consort. Imbue the two great swords with the light of Miquella, then deliver a slashing attack accompanied by columns of light. Additional input allows for up to 2 follow-up attacks. And then this one, the strength of Miquella upon his deific return, wield as an incantation, annihilates foes with a pillar of light. Miquella sought to accept all that was and would be, but found one that refused to be embraced. No wonder, as one god and one king consort is all the world needs. Yeah, we're going to need some of those breakdowns. That's something. So, do we get like a modified Radahn armor? I think we do. Young Lion's armor. That's cool. When Melania, Blade of Miquella, let the rot flower blossom in Aeonia, Radahn heard a murmur in his ear. Miquella awaits thee, O promised consort. So I guess Miquella just made a choice, man. Like, regardless of Melania, like, wanting to obviously look after her brother and stuff, being the Blade of Miquella or whatever, Miquella just had other ideas. Fair enough. So, let's get the Radahn outfit on. just as a final look to finish off this this DLC. Let's go. The young lion. We'll do a mini Radahn cosplay to finish things off here. I probably don't have the stats for it. Yeah, that's fine. Is it another one where... Oh, let's go back to where it all began in the DLC. Here. And then I would say my goodbyes for what has been a truly epic series. Epic. Level up one last time. I don't think I'd even keep this level up anyway, but whatever. Literally can only afford one more. Yeah. Ah, there you go. Nice. Okay. So, there we go. I have overcome the final challenge that Elden Ring has to offer. And all I can say at this stage is just thank you so much for watching this series. Considering that it's not a Final Fantasy series and considering it's by far and away the longest series I have on the channel, the amount of people who have watched it in relative terms is still really good. Just thank you all so much for sticking with the series and watching me play through the game and hopefully uncover more of its secrets, defeat some major bosses, and get better at the game hopefully as I go. Hopefully it gave you a little more hope that even someone like me can still complete this DLC under my own terms. And if you are looking to also try Elden Ring, having watched all of this stuff, I still strongly recommend people to at least give it a go. It really is that great a game. Even if you watch me play through the whole thing, like the experience is going to be so different for you if you ever get round to playing it, that I still think it's always worth giving it a try. And so yes, that wraps up the Elden Ring experience. It feels like the kind of game I would love to come back to and I would love to get better at. As much as I've done things that have been really challenging for me in the game, I just know that I'm not that good at the game, and it's the kind of game where I've spent so much time on it and I've had such an amazing experience with it that I would love to take my gameplay to the next level and be genuinely good at this game. And that's something that maybe I'll work on behind the scenes. Maybe I'll try to make like a little series on it. I do think perhaps a good idea might be to try and make some kind of Escape from the Shadow Realm kind of series that would like be, you know, way more difficult than playing the DLC normally for me, but that would force me to improve in like in a major way. And it might be interesting for people to see that type of challenge, because obviously it's worked really well for Final Fantasy, and I will do it for Final Fantasy in the future again. But for Elden Ring, I feel like it could also be a potentially nice challenge to come into here like really low level and say, for example, you can't go back to this area, so you can't visit the Table of Lost Grace, you can't visit any smithing people, you can't pick up any of the resources that you could pick up from here, so you'd be pretty muted in what you could do. Like even Crimson Flasks, there's no golden seeds here, so you'd have a very finite number of flasks to use. So when you consider all of that stuff, it could be like basically impossibly difficult for me, but also a very interesting kind of challenge. So we'll see. I'll look into that kind of stuff behind the scenes. I would love to play more of this game in the future because it's just that good. And if I ever do, hopefully you guys will enjoy that content as well. But for now, thank you all for watching. I will see you soon. Take care.